Believe me, you have no idea how much I wish I could say this was just some clickbait and I was just getting you. But no. I'm gonna rescind what I said a little while ago about 2022 going down as the year of the DMCA abuse. It's absolutely got an assload of that. But for now, I'm gonna rename it to the year of people doing really stupid shit over fucking video games. Because first we had Dr. Fanboy deciding he wanted to dox a man who was unconscious and cut open on an operating table. Then we had the kid who decided after seeing Spider-Man on PC and how he couldn't run it on his PC without it blowing up, that he wanted to blow up Sony. And I remember after hearing something that ridiculous, I thought, surely, 2/3 of the way through the year, nothing's gonna be able to top that, right? And seeing as how I like to tempt fate every now and then, well, I asked out loud, what's next? Is Amazing Lucas gonna go shoot up a Burger King just because they announced that Gravity Rush is going to PC? Well, that much remains to be seen. Seems someone else has decided they wanted to join in these stupid games. And now a Florida woman has decided to commit murder over her sister using a game chat in Valorant. This isn't set up for some kind of joke or anything, and the reason why this one stuck out to me so much is because when I first heard it, the words Florida woman and online relationship reminded me of a little something something. And that was before the last long distance relationship I was in ended. She had mentioned a little something about moving to Florida. The bitch went down to Florida. She was looking for some crack to smoke. She was in a jam because the wheels on her little Ram had done went and broke. Alright, now you can rest easy. I wasn't knocking boots with this killer. Have I done it before? I don't know. But this is not the girl. Instead, it's you know what? I'm not going to use her real name for two very good reasons. Number one, no matter how small of a view count this video gets, killer should get no publicity like that. If you're gonna be doing something stupid like this, I ain't gonna give you no respect as a human being. That, and she happens to have the same name as a sweet old Egyptian grandma that I hooked up with a few months after I got out of the relationship I mentioned before. Goddamn, this story is just an amalgamation of all my exes, ain't it? Only thing it's missing is the fact that this bitch has split personality disorder or something like that. But anyway, moving on from that shit. For the rest of the video, I'm gonna call her Sage, because she's the lamest motherfucker in Valorant from what I've seen. But anyway, let me pull up this article and we'll read it together. 20-year-old Valorant player stabbed sister to death for flirting with boyfriend. A 20-year-old woman is facing first-degree murder charges after stabbing her younger sister for allegedly flirting with her boyfriend while playing Valorant. Sage, a 21-year-old woman from Orlando, has admitted to the stabbing of their sibling. According to a report from Orlando Sentinel, Sage's sister... what should I call this sister? Viper played Valorant with the former's boyfriend, messaging him using the in-game chat. Alright, here's a quick little conspiracy theory that I'm gonna put out there because I've read two articles on this and neither one of them mentioned anything about whether the boyfriend knew that there were two different women. Like, they never mentioned that they were chatting over Discord, on a video call, on FaceTime, nothing like that. Or if they had mics on, what have you, it was just the in-game chat. So for all he knew, he was probably thinking he was texting his girlfriend. There's a pretty good chance of that, but it is just a conspiracy theory of mine, because we're gonna find out this bitch isn't exactly one for telling people about things. But anyway, let's continue. But the older sister was not comfortable with the relationship forming between the two, and she didn't think to pipe up and maybe, you know, say, hey, this is my man, don't be getting on my territory like this. Nope, not gonna happen like that, apparently. After learning that her boyfriend had told her younger sister that he loved her, again, how did he know that it was two different women and not he was messaging his girlfriend legit? Like, this is a thing that happens sometimes with siblings and long-distance relationships. I remember back with mine, that I mentioned before, I had put my phone down on the counter, I didn't have a screen lock or something like that on at the time, and I was scooping ice cream or doing something for my uncle or something like that, and one of my brothers decided they wanted to be a devious little shit, swiped my phone and then started texting my girlfriend about how I was joining a furry orgy out in the woods and kicking puppies, all this and that. I eventually find out, and I'm like, I'm gonna kick your ass, bro. Obviously, it's a joke. I never laid a hand on him over that shit. But me and my girl laughed it off, and they were like, yeah, you need to not be a dumbass and put a fucking screen lock on or something like that. And that's as far as it went. But apparently, Sage here decided to take it to the next level. After learning that her boyfriend had told her younger sister that he loved her, Sage purchased a set of dagger-style knives from Amazon. Alright, two quick things I need to address here. One, why did she need to get daggers for this thing? Was she originally planning on making it some kind of like Aztec ritual, taking her sister up to the roof and being like, "You have made my boyfriend blush. Time for you to die." Was that what went through this crazy bitch's head? And two, she had weeks of waiting on the Amazon order to arrive, and at no point in that did she think, maybe I'm going a little too far on this. Maybe I should just talk it out. You know, kind of says a little something about her mental state. And I guess a third thing, why would you need to order daggers like that? Did you not have a kitchen knife or hedge clippers? Or hell, it's Florida. Just open her bedroom window, go sleep on the couch, and then wake up on the set of the Lake Placid reboot. Like, it just sounds way too elaborate, like she wanted to be caught before this happened. But anyway, Florida woman admits to killing her sister with a knife. This article just sounds so natural to say, like, those words just flow together so nice. Florida woman does something stupid with a knife. Like, Florida's just full of some of the brightest individuals. And you always hear these funny-ass stories, but this time, alright, full stop. I know I'm gonna sound like a dick in this video, and I know I've sounded a little too happy and like I'm laughing too much at this thing. This is a fucked up situation. This is not fun whatsoever. Somewhere in the world, there's a couple in their 40s or 50s at their oldest, and they're all depressed over the fact that they had to put one child in a set of handcuffs and the other in the grave. And somewhere in the world, there's a random boy who's gonna go through the rest of his life thinking, "God damn, did I really cause this?" You know, all that shit. This is not a fun situation. And I'm well aware of that, but at the same time, it's the absurdity that has me cackling like a fucking hyena. So you're gonna have to forgive me for that. Anyway, let's continue. Sage reportedly hid the knives in a closet. On September 26th, she waited until the family fell asleep before stabbing 20-year-old Viper 3 to 4 times in the heart at 4:30 a.m. in the bedroom they shared. Sage then called the police at around 7:30 p.m. 15 hours later to report the crime, telling the dispatchers that she believed the sister was dead after knifing her.
Well, no fucking shit!
You know, did you think she'd be able to cuff her own wounds and start healing or something like that immediately? Like, this bitch is just so damn crazy. Like, I would just like to know what went through her mind thinking, I'm gonna stab my sister, and she's not gonna instantly start dying. According to the arrest report, witnesses stated that Sage didn't believe her younger sister's relationship with her boyfriend was appropriate. So of course when you don't think something is appropriate, you go and stab a bitch. Because that's what you do before, you know, talk to people, talk it out like adults. So the thing, this bitch is a 21-year-old, and this is her first instinct. I'm willing to bet this was like her first boyfriend or some shit like that. Sage knew she had to wait until her family was asleep to stab Viper because she did not want anyone to hear the incident. Sage consciously decided to kill her sister, Viper, and the decision was present in her mind at the time of the killing. Again, she had weeks of ordering the knives when this all happened, and then waiting for the time to strike, and at no point did she think, maybe I'm going a little too far on this. Maybe I should just talk it out with my sister, see what's up. Tell her, hey, go find yourself someone else. I don't like this. That never crossed her fucking pea-brain. I don't know, man. And it's a shame this happened over Valorant and such like that. If it would have happened over Warframe, the sister could have at least had a chance of surviving, because then she would have been able to hear her sister mumbling, "Sisters below, below, we're going where the winds don't blow. Yes, we're all bound down to the deep, and we'll all be sleeping in the cold below, below, sleeping in the cold below." She's currently being held without bond at whatever jail, I'm not saying which one, and faces a first-degree murder charge, following her admission to officers. Well, that's gonna be an instant go to fucking jail, bitch. And there ain't nothing she can do. Anyway, that's the story of it, and already fucking out-of-touch journalists are focusing on the fact that she was playing Valorant, that this all happened because of a Valorant game chat. And I'd just like to know how exactly Sage found out that they were chatting and flirting it up and admitting they loved each other when they were mostly communicating over Valorant game chat. I still haven't played Valorant, but from what I understand about basically any fucking game in the modern day, your game chat only lasts for as long as a match and maybe the pre- and post-game lobby. After that, it resets, that way it doesn't fucking weigh down the servers. And whatever you sent in the last match is gone into the ether. So unless they had like a capture going or something like that, I don't know how she was able to figure this out. But anyway, they're focusing in so hard on the fact that this happened because of Valorant, and a Valorant player is what killed this, and this, that, this other. I'm like, that is the least interesting part about this, and the only reason anyone's even finding out about it is because of them adding Valorant into the mix. so that inevitably some out-of-touch douchebag politician or journalist, retarded soccer mom, whatever, can play the usual video games and violence debate that less than 2% of the audience would actually side with them on. You know, it's pretty fucking scummy. Like, this just reminds me of a debate I had with my mother. This is one of the last debates I had with her before our big falling out, where she wanted to complain about Grand Theft Auto and how she doesn't like her 19-year-old son messing around in that game. And she brings up some story where allegedly a couple guys in Grand Theft Auto were dicking around when all of a sudden one of the other players puts down their controller and proceeded to rape a woman while he left his mic on so they heard every little thing. I've never looked into this, and there's a whole lot of it that doesn't make a lot of sense. But I still, to this day, remember what I said to my mother, which was, why are we so focused on Grand Theft Auto and the fact that he was playing that, when you can replace that with, he was playing Halo and did the same heinous act, and the story is the exact same. You know, why are we so focused on the type of game this motherfucker was playing when they went and did something horrible, instead of focusing on why they did something horrible? And the answer's simple. This is a fucking debate that's going on for decades at this point of video games and violence. It's been debunked countless times with tons of research. And every time it gets brought up, people generally see it as a waste of fucking time, like it fucking is. And then from there, the debate is fucking lost, there's no intelligent conversation to be had, wash, rinse, repeat for the next one. It's a fucking ecosystem at this point. And I'm a little bit tired of participating in the same old games, hearing the same 5 non-arguments. It's just so damn exhausting. And if you're calling yourself a journalist in the modern day and you're gonna leave out important details like the bitch having mental issues, the fact that she had all this time to think about it and not go through with, you know, talking it out, and instead focus on the fact that this happened over Valorant and chatting and such like that, try and involve the company in something that's completely out of their control. All I can say is I hope that your next soy latte has a spoonful of antifreeze in it, because even if this does go way further and people start trying to blame fucking Riot and all the shit they've done, add this to the long list of shit that they've done, it's gonna go fucking nowhere and you're gonna trivialize a fucking murder like this. Because if those motherfuckers can't even be taken down by sexual assault accusations anymore, what makes you think a murder that had absolutely nothing to do with them is gonna have an impact on them? This is all just a ploy for money. And it's honestly fucking sickening, because like I said, this is not a fun situation, and it being trivialized like this ain't cool. But that's just how the media parasites are these days. And with all of that being said, I think I've had enough of this topic, so thanks for watching. The next video won't be anything like this, I can promise that much. And until then, I'll talk to y'all later.
Have you heard about the psycho asshole running around town killing people?
Why is it when you're talking, I want to kill myself?
Apparently I'm feeling a little psychotic this morning.
You can't do that to me! Oh no! You're not gonna kill me, psycho boy! Come on, fight like a man!
Did you say so? I'm sorry, I meant to do that.